Now, on the last episode of the Real Shit of Relationships podcast, we spoke about the 5 most, alpha movies that are great for you to watch as an example of what to be or what to aspire to be. Your general posture and character. But today, we're talking about something on the other end of the spectrum.
So we going to talk about the top beta male ass movies that represent everything that's wrong.
Everything wrong with society, everything wrong with what you learned about dating. The type of movies, and maybe you just watch it, you think it's a movie, but nah, it's not just a movie, man. You're soaking that shit in. It's seeping into your pores and you can't get it out until it's too fucking late. Until you're watching the movie laughing. The same things that make you cry, the same things that make you laugh end up making you cry. So while you're laughing at that movie, later on when you end up reenacting the movie, shit ain't gonna be funny no more.
This nigga got ominous ass gray clouds behind him. That shit is just like so fitting to the topic. Just fucking like this.
Yeah, people, it's a storm.
It's the perfect storm of beta-ness. Yo, number 1 movie. We mention it time and time again. Fucking Scott Pilgrim. That is the number 1 beta movie. And pretty much anything with Michael Cera, period.
Damn,
but in particular,
going straight for the jugular.
Scott Pilgrim. Holy shit, this movie, my nigga.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah, we have a special guest representing Team Women. Though, this isn't really a woman topic.
No.
But hey, you can comment anyway.
How's everyone? Hi.
Her name's Kat.
My name's Kat.
She's kind of under the weather.
Yeah.
So she sounds like this. Squidward or some shit.
No, not like Squidward.
But she's gonna fight through her cold to talk about some beta movies with us. So, Scott Pilgrim. Let's explain the concept of this fucking movie for you guys that maybe haven't watched it, or just as a refresher for some of you that actually haven't watched it.
We kind of touched on this in the last episode, didn't we?
Yeah, in the Alpha Movies episode.
Yeah.
The concept of this movie is that this dude, it's like a video game movie, and this dude fights his girlfriend's ex-boyfriends, as each one is like a boss. Fucking like level up boss. And yeah, that's it. That's the whole fucking concept of the movie.
And the shit is, I got psyched into it because it was getting some attention for like its very visual style, because the way it was using effects to look like a video game. And
that part of the movie was alright though.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
And I've always been into drawing and shit. That was like my first love. So I looked at it. I was like, oh, I watch it just for the eye candy. And maybe it would be funny too, maybe not, whatever. But when I see it and you just start to watch it, and the concept itself, you're fighting for this rainbow head Super Saiyan thought, like fucking slew of lame boyfriends.
Yo, and a girlfriend. There was a girlfriend thrown in.
Oh yeah,
it
was a random.
It was a random shit. Just for
girl.
extra measure. Yeah.
Boyfriend. Okay.
Nice little gimmick, but
kick this bitch in her dyke titties and let's move on to the next awful people.
The soundtrack was alright, but everything else about that movie was just like, the visuals was alright, the soundtrack was alright. In general, the concept of that movie is fucking horrible. Competition with a bitch's exes. That's just a terrible fucking view.
And once you are exposed to just everything, you can't even watch normal shit anymore that just follows that fucking, just that blue pill line of thinking of just being a beta chump to get the fucking girl. It's like anything. If you learn the secrets to anything and there's a mainstream belief about it and you know the real truth, you can't even really watch. You can't even watch that regular shit no more. Like if you work in a factory and they putting random shit in the meat, you can't watch some commercial that looks all happy and shit the same way as everyone else. You sitting there like, hey man, I really know what goes down. Pouring horse meat in that shit, man.
Kat, you're a chick.
Aborted fetuses.
What do you think when you see these movies? It can't be attractive at all, even in a movie. You know what I'm saying? So what do girls think about that shit?
Or that's a good question.
Like, is that even fucking impressive to a girl? Is that even fucking
do girls watch it and think,
oh, this is what I want.
This is what would work on me, or do they know?
That's funny.
But just play it off, like
facts.
I think half of the time they like to pretend that is exactly what they want, and they search for that. But when they get it, it just completely turns them off. And I know people who look at these like characters on movies. I used to hang out with this one chick. We went every Tuesday because we have free movie tickets thanks to Cablevision.
Big ups.
And I saw many movies like that. And exactly. And it's the same all the time.
So
People, yeah. It's because that's not the first time. It's like we're introduced from the get-go with Disney movies and all this shit about these, like, we have these ideals of what we expect our relationships to be. And when we're in the actual relationships, that's not exactly what we want, I think. We find out it's not exactly like that. I'm not sure if it makes sense.
So no, chicks don't find it attractive. That's pretty much the...
You basically said that half the bitches be fronting like, oh yeah, I would want that, but they know they wouldn't, and maybe
because,
half are delusional. They actually believe it.
Chicks go to see these movies, like there's an audience. Why do they keep making these movies?
But I feel like that's just social pressure, though. I'm going on a date, so I gotta watch a fucking romantic comedy, and it always just ends up being that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like society shit. What do you? I mean, it's probably different now. Now niggas just be watching fucking Marvel movies and shit like that, but...
Yeah, a part of it is because girls have such a big ego, also known as the she-go. And so, like, when they watch it, these people who make movies, they don't want to risk the budget on a movie that might piss off an audience. So if it's a romantic comedy, they're probably going to be betting that a lot of the audience is fucking female.
Yeah, want a happy ending.
Exactly. And
some
so
cheesy
they
shit,
want to,
even if it's not realistic.
Yep. So certain things like girl power and dudes getting played like chumps, that's like low hanging fruit. It's just an easy way to guarantee
those fucking movies. Those fucking movies where the chick is like some OD, witty, intelligent, fucking so well adjusted and fucking OD,
has a quip
like,
for everything.
Yeah, a bunch of
dude,
quips
when you
and
meet
shit.
those
And then
girls
the
who
dude's
actually
like
have a quip for everything, a lot of times they're fucking crazy or they just try hard as fuck. And it's like, lady, relax. You could drop the character for 2 seconds.
Sounds like a fucking...
Like, yeah, it's true. A lot of people impersonate these fucking movies where they just talk all snarky and everything's a quip. Like, this is Sex in the City. Like, motherfucker, talk normal. Like, it's much more important to find a girl that's has a genuine energy when she speaks. It's like the difference between British chicks and East European chicks in terms of their vibe at first.
Lost me there, bro.
Is it East European?
No, like, I don't know.
Eastern European, yeah. Like
I don't know the dynamics between fucking...
Well, basically,
British people
tend to know British people for being very, like...
uppity.
And shit.
They're like, they have
like
the king and queen.
Posh and
so
shit.
they're a little uppity.
Oh, everything's banter to them and shit.
Yeah, honestly, like, if you speak to... You kind of notice the difference. Like, they're a bit more posh, and the Russians just tend to be more chill. Like, you speak to them, they're less...
Nigga, I went to the mall with my chick. I went to the mall with my chick one time, and like I was a smoker at the time or whatever, so like I didn't carry no packs on me. So I woke up to these two Irish or fucking British, either or, they're still part of the same fucking UK, right? So I'm like, yo, can I buy a cigarette off you? And he's like, I'm not gonna charge you for a fag, mate. And I'm like, nigga, so just give it to me. Like, why you gotta make a snarky comment about it? Like, what the fuck? And then I asked him for a light because I don't have a light on me. He's like, oh, you want me to shine your shoes, mate? And I'm like, yo, everything gotta be some type of like quip with you or some type of like snarky fucking quip content.
That's just that's
what
probably
Irish
just
motherfucker says mate.
It's all the same freaking thing.
Sorry guys, if you guys hear that shit, some thunder, scaring me, y'all.
I'm saying, the ominous fucking clouds.
We're doing it for y'all. Jesus.
Show must go on.
Wait, how did we get to this?
Because we're talking about like the difference between British people and Eastern European people, like the poshness and.
What
That's why you lost it, because I don't know the fucking difference. What's different about you Eastern European people? And it just started pouring.
I know the raindrops are very relaxing, people. Now I know just the energy. If you talk to like Eastern European chicks, they'll look you in the eye and they say shit, and it just seems like they're communicating with what's happening. Whereas like a lot of
Is that like Russian?
I feel like
Type of
yeah.
shit.
like if you meet Russians, they could be very direct. You know what I mean? So it's like you relate to it. I think honestly, I think it's a poor people thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you talk to people in the South, they'll talk to you straight the fuck up. Like they'll roast you like some hood motherfucker, and you'll be like, shit, I relate to this Southern motherfucker more than like, you know, some dudes in Manhattan a lot of the times.
Definitely true.
So I think that's part of it.
Them niggas on the fucking 4 train that think they're in the Wolf of Wall Street movie. They think they're Patrick Bateman or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
And the
yo,
thing is, dudes have a better
that's
chance of at least being chill. When chicks are bougie and uppity and start, because the chicks already have so much handed to them, particularly pretty girls. So it's like you add that in, and it could be really toxic, like extra fucking toxic.
shit.
All right, fuck it. Anyways, people, next
Eternal
movie.
Sunshine.
I got
We're
one.
basically talking about Eternal Sunshine.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Here, there's one. Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind with Jim Carrey, who's known for comedy movies, but in this movie, he
Man.
took a serious role. And here's the shit. If you
I
guys
like the
ever,
movie, though. I think it's
of course, because you're a girl, but anyways,
an interesting concept.
if you ever go on IMDb, you know, it was one of the top movies in like the top 50 or whatever. So I see the high ass rating. You know, I fuck with Jim Carrey on some comedy shit. So I'm curious to see how this is. And it has to do with a girl. It's supposed to be deep. So I watch it. And I got to be honest, folks. I literally had to turn the movie off within 15 minutes. Like, I couldn't. And I know maybe there's going to be people listening right now like, hey, what the fuck, you fucking dick? How you going to turn it off
So you never
and then
finished?
judge it? But I'm telling you, I had a very valid reason. How do I even put this? The movie just starts off with him. It's one of the typical movies where it's like the average chump. He wakes up 9 to 5, super shy, goes through the day, head down. You know, he sees the pretty girl. He wants to go up to her, but he doesn't. Here's what killed me. He's on the train, right? This is what's happening, right? You remember,
Yes,
Kat. So he's on the train, right? And then some chick comes, and she's some alternative chick, of course. It had to be some alternative chick to do all the work for him. She goes up, and she just starts basically bagging him. She starts asking him questions, and he's just like, oh, I don't know.
Happened never.
Yeah, well, I live down the block. It's not saying shit, and she's just doing all the work. And I had to stop it there because I can't get over that. You know what I mean? I know the rest of the movie I can watch, but I just can't get over some shit
Nigga
that
watched
would
3 minutes of the movie. And
never
turned it off.
happen. Never.
happened.
Ran from the house.
I would rather see aliens come down, Bigfoot start kicking doors in and shit, busting bitches in the fucking face. That shit would be way more believable
Way
than
more
that ever
likely than
happening.
fucking-
No, that could happen, but it wouldn't make it past like the first couple, 1 or 2, like, you know what I mean? Because there are some type of chicks who are spunky and they'll go up and ask you some random question, but they're not gonna literally like carry the conversation sentence after sentence after sentence after. Just nah, it's not gonna happen, man.
That's true. They could have went a little more realistic with that, and then the movie would have been more.
Yeah,
I like the concept.
my red pilled eyes couldn't see, they couldn't watch. What about you guys? Anything else?
Fucking. We were talking about this shit earlier, yo. 500 Days of Summer.
Oh man, that's a
Super
good one.
beta ass fucking movie.
Shit.
It's basically 500
Summer.
days of beta, yo. Like, that's the movie.
500
Isn't
days
that how
of
the
beta.
There's-
That's perfect. 500 days of, man.
So you want to refresh people on what the fuck the movie's about?
Nah, you good. You can go for it.
So basically, it starts off with him breaking up with this chick or whatever, and he's like mad sad and blah blah blah, and then there's some new chick at the office because of course, yo, where else is there gonna be places to meet chicks? So at the fucking office, his job.
Yeah, where else is the random chump who don't go up to bitches gonna get met, meet a girl, but at his job where he can't escape? Sounds like a great idea. Continue.
His chump 9 to 5 job as usual. So here comes you guessed it, the quirky fucking witty chick that's like, whoa, so fucking cool, yo. This chick is so, oh my god.
She's universal in romantic comedies.
Yeah, fucking. He falls for this chick or whatever. He's like, oh my god, this chick is fucking amazing. And the movie just devolves into their relationship, just normal shit. And it's basically just 45 minutes of it is the movie sucking her dick, like sucking the chick's dick, like yo, just for a fucking montage of her just being mad fucking perfect, and the nigga just being amazed, and then it ends with them breaking up, and he's fucking depressed for like the other 200 fucking hours of the movie, 200 days. So basically, just like the whole movie, just this nigga's whole fucking existence falls on these two chicks, on the breakup of his two chicks. And then at the end, this nigga meets some other chick called Autumn. And it's like, oh my god. So now we're gonna do this.
What the fuck are the odds of you meeting two bitches named Autumn?
We're named after fucking seasons. Like,
where he lived at? What city he lived in?
Nah,
where
like
bitches
one
are around
of
Autumn.
the one chick name was Summer, and the other chick's name was Autumn.
Oh, okay.
Like there was just some corny setup. Like yo.
That's still unlikely. Matter of fact, the other shit more
I
likely.
Think she was
what
getting
the fuck?
interviewed for the job too. So it was another chick at his job. Basically.
Next bitch gonna be named Winter. Next bitch gonna be named Spring.
Jeez.
So yeah, basically, yo, I know a lot of people have seen that movie. I know some of y'all have fucking seen that movie.
I remember seeing it, and after a while, it was one of those movies where like, within like an hour, 20 minutes in, you're like, oh shit, this is the movie.
Yeah.
Like it's just this, and it's just I just remember being depressed. It's one of them shits. If you know what it is, you're looking at the TV, screaming at the TV, like, no, don't do that. Do this. Nah, fuck that bitch. And then the whole time he's just not listening to you. It's like having a real life beta friend, but on screen.
I was tight watching it too. I watched it in the movie theaters because it was free for me.
Oh my god, you picked. Oh, about to say.
I walked outside and I walked out angry. I was so angry at this fucking bitch, at everything that happened in the movie, at the ending, that was just it, at how he was behaving. It was it was just a mess.
This is gonna be mind blowing, but the nigga who showed me that movie, who made me watch that movie, is the nigga I was talking about, my boy from the last episode that I said didn't bag the chick when we was fucking. Me and my chick was fucking in the same room, and he was on the bed with the other chick in the other bed. Like, that just goes to show you this beta ass nigga who couldn't bag this chick showed me this movie, 500 Days of Summer.
Because he related to it.
Movie. So it's like, exactly, he related to it, and he was like, yo,
watch it, it's so good.
Yo, he hyped it up. Yo, I was like, yo. And then it just all made sense, yo. It just all made sense.
But who knows if he related to it or if these movies create the relation, you know what I mean? Like, because you watch these movies and they glorify the idea of you romanticizing this bitch. It's just some dream girl. And also just the idea that, oh, look, it's a breakup. Oh, the ding ding, the fucking alarm clock. I'm sorry, that was a horrible alarm clock noise.
Ding
ding ding ding. Like,
what the fuck is this? 1846 ding ding.
Well, yeah.
Oh no, but seriously, yeah, you just hear the alarm clock. They wake up, they got stubble beard, the bed's a mess, and then people watch this and they relive it because it's like, this is the role I play. Subconsciously, even though people don't think they're reenacting it, they be reenacting it. That's what happens.
Soak it in, all these concepts and ideas. And
so you think it's like a cause and effect situation?
Yeah, man, she fuck that bitch, bro. You just like reenact a lot of the movies and you start to lose track if art imitates life or life imitates art.
Man, that was deep, bro. Next fucking movie.
Way deeper than these goofy movies.
Talk about Blue Valentine, Jim.
Oh my god.
There was a movie called Blue Valentine. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. If you ever had the misfortune of watching this movie, I pray for you in my prayers. I keep you in my prayers.
I never watched this movie, and you guys were telling me about it earlier. Couldn't fucking believe my ears, man. But go ahead.
It sounds awful, right? Nah, it's not even that crazy. Basically, it's just a movie of what a lot of times happen. So basically, this random, goofy, average chick who, who's semi-cute or whatever, she meets this dude who just, of course, happens to be good-looking and plays a guitar and can sing. And he goes up to her on the street and everything he says is charming. And you're watching the shit. And, of course, over time, what happens? They basically play out how... It's basically a whole movie about their breakup. So you just see scenes of she's getting fucked, cheating on him, or they break up and she fucking some dude, and they're showing you the scenes all with dramatic lighting, and I'm watching this shit, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm watching it, and he's like, by the end of the movie or during the movie, basically, he's bald and washed up, and then later towards the end they show you a compilation of how they used to be back when he was that nigga before she ran him into the ground. So basically you're watching this, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm watching it, it's so dramatic that I'm waiting for like some ending where it's like, oh, someone dies, like, or somebody throws a pie or some shit, but nothing happens. The movie just ends. It's just watch this depressing breakup where some chick ran some dude into the ground. Like, what the fuck is this?
That's the movie? That's it?
I feel like I was watching The Passion of the Christ all over again.
Oh shit, man. Blue Valentine. Now I know to fucking avoid that movie. That shit's etched into my brain now. Thanks.
So guys, we're actually
The
looking.
Notebook?
No,
he built a house for her.
Overdone now.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a cliche ass answer.
Before
Yeah, so guys, we're cheating. We're looking at a list right now of beta male movies. Oh yeah, what's interesting, what really gets under my skin about these movies is a lot of times, you know, the dude will say get left by the chick and then he'll move on. It'll be a good ending, like he'll find another chick. But what they don't tell you is if he just does the same shit he did with the last chick, guess what? The sequel's gonna be the same shit, and it's just gonna be another third bitch until she ends up being like the first chick and just getting sick of him, and that just irritates me. It would be different, like in the movie Crazy Stupid Love, the fucking worst shit ever. You know, when he actually starts to get good with women after, you know, his wife cheats on him and breaks up with him, I hate how these movies always display it like, oh, even though they learned how to get good with women or whatever, they're going to go back to being a fucking beta male.
Yeah.
Because they realize that is the true moral decision to make.
There's like no growth at all in this nigga.
Hell, even Hitch. And Hitch was supposed... Man, that's what killed me about Hitch, matter of fact. Even though we had it as an example of an alpha movie example, but just, of course, they had to cheese it up with the plot line. What killed me is that he introduces in a story format. They show the story of him going through high school, you know, being nice to a girl, getting friend zoned,
and him being a loser.
Exactly.
And him the girl cheating on him too.
And how he learned that by being that way, that chicks didn't fuck with it. Yet somehow they just completely ignore this, and at the end he has some epiphany where he's like, oh, my fat client. He's like talking to his client's famous chick celebrity that he bagged, and she's basically saying, oh, what? I didn't really like all that, you know, all that cool guy shit he was doing. I liked him for all the silly stuff, all the stuff that made him Albert. And then,
I'm a rich supermodel.
Yeah,
I like this fat guy because he's quirky.
Yeah, exactly. I ignored that ridiculous part.
But yeah, go ahead.
And the dudes, it just makes me cringe. Hitch is there like, wow, like he's having an epiphany. Like, wait, so that worked on you? Like he's just having this epiphany, like, wow, now I understand now. You could just be a beta male.
Like, yeah, like it all wrong. Like
what? It just went completely reverse on the whole initial point of the plot. Like it made just for the cheesy Hollywood ending where it's like where he, you know, the beta male dude has his moment where he tells him off and goes, no, man, love isn't your life. Because, you know, Hitch basically goes, hey, man, love is my life. And he's like, no, man, love isn't your life. Love is your job. And he storms out. And I swear to God, if any of you motherfuckers ever do that to me, don't ever book a consultation ever again. And tell me fucking, yeah, it is my job. That's what, shit. And it's my life. What the fuck?
Shit is mutual. Contrary to popular belief, you don't have to hate your job. Like,
dude, a lot of dudes do that though when you teach them. When you teach them game, that applies to a lot of things. A lot of people, like, once you teach them something and then they get a good hold of it, they like, nigga, I don't need to hear nothing from you no more. Or they almost act like you never taught them shit.
I've had that happen to me. Or like they end up settling down with some chick, or like after they used what I taught them, they found some chick to be fucking beta too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then just disappear off the map.
Yeah. Like,
hey, what's up, bro?
Went against everything I taught you just to like.
And I understand it because they gotta go through the experience, but at the same time, Where's the backbone? You know, where's the principle as a man? You know.
You want them enough, like you can't live these niggas' lives for them. So it's like if you don't use what I teach you, that's on you, bro. When you fucking miserable and your bitch cheats on you and you fucking lose half your shit in a divorce and you fucking lose your kids and you fucking 45 years old drinking.
Next thing you know, your life story is based on a true story in a movie, and you're sitting there watching yourself drink yourself to death on TV as you watch yourself drink yourself to death on TV as you watch yourself. Yeah, you get the point.
That's on.
It's gonna be depression, nigga. You don't want to go through that shit. You want to be on a Lifetime movie? I don't think so. Right next to Sharknado and fucking Giant Octopus. Coming up next, the Beta Male Chronicles. Story of how she left me. For my pops. Some crazy shit, man. You know how those Lifetime movies are. Any other example, guys? Getting close to that wrap-up point, man. We need one last good one. I feel like there's one home run hit out the park that we missing. I got it. You motherfuckers ready?
Oh,
you guys ready for this? This is what we ending this bitch on. I need a drum roll. This is in the superhero genre.
Oh shit.
Do you guys have a guess? Someone give me a guess. I think it's gonna be obvious, but someone give me a guess.
Superhero genre?
A superhero movie.
And the guy's a beta.
And the main character, unfortunately.
Wow.
Are you talking about what I think you're talking about?
Say it. Say it.
What's the name of that movie? The Will Smith movie.
Is it that one?
No.
Will Smith.
No.
There is a Will Smith superhero movie.
Hancock?
Yeah. No,
well,
you know
he's
what
not
I'm
really
thinking.
a beta in that movie. How is he a beta in that movie?
Nah.
Yeah, he kind of.
Cause
I mean, the husband is a beta.
The husband, but who gives a fuck about that nigga? That nigga's like a side plot.
Listen, it's been a while. I'm thinking.
I said the main character, the superhero himself, is a beta, not some guy in the fucking movie.
I don't know.
Fuck that guy.
Captain America, Wolverine.
SpiderMan, people.
SpiderMan.
Oh God. Yeah.
Which? Oh,
he was crying. That's what made me stop watching SpiderMan.
In the first one, it was just like, cause he was just bagging her. It was just enough cheesiness. But then in the second and third, when he's all relationshipy with her. Dude, y'all don't remember that shit?
Yeah,
no,
they made
it was
like
the second one. It was the second one. The one he cried in the rain or whatever it was that made me stop watching.
And I didn't even know why. Like, what? Like, why is everything going wrong?
It was horrible.
And then he just kept making these ugly fucking cry faces. I seen them shits in my nightmares, man. Those ugly Tobey Maguire cry faces.
They both don't have lips, so they.
But that just goes to show you could be fucking Spider-Man. That still ain't enough. Not even Spider-Man's enough for bitches, man. Even Spider-Man gets bitched at.
I know. She's now that you Spider-Man, she's gonna be like, "Oh, you fucking them other hoes? Isn't they know you Spider-Man?" This type of fucking dumb shit. You already know. Once the novelty wear off, she's just gonna fucking use it to abuse you like everything else.
Damn, so.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Spider-Man. You caught me off guard with that one, man.
Dude,
you hit me hard with that one. You
no,
Spider-Man.
Remember the third one when he went like emo and shit? He like put his hair down. He's like puts his hair down and shit. He just bags. He does bag the chick in front of Mary Jane. That was kind of funny. Oh, he like twirls the bitch a couple times and looks at her like, "Yeah, look at my dance moves, bitch. You didn't even know I could dance. Look at me twirling this bad bitch." That was the only G part, and then he immediately turned beta and was like, "I gotta run after and chase her." Like, no, let her. Wasn't she off with some other nigga or some shit?
Yeah, she was marrying some dude, some fucking like army dude or some shit.
Bitch, I'm Spider-Man. I could slap this army nigga across the room. Are you fucking serious?
Yo, man.
Like, why you even? And she started looking ugly in the later movies. I don't know why. She started looking kind of cracked out. So it was just like she's not even.
Didn't she?
I don't know what it was. She just. But yeah, both of them.
She looked the best in the first, and then she quickly went down. So it wasn't even like my screen time. Like I'm watching this, and I don't even have eye candy. I'm just watching this nigga be a beta for this chick that ain't even cute no more.
For
she one of them chicks. Yeah, where it's like, wait, you think she's cute, and then after a while, you're like, wait a second, this bitch ain't even cute. What
She
happened?
look funny.
Like, what the fuck happened to this bitch?
Yeah.
Like, at what point did this happen? I don't even know when.
Damn, rest in peace, Kirsten Dunst.
Yo. God, I wish you didn't remind me of that.
Facts.
Is it all right? So let's take a more positive, solution based, objective with this podcast. Like, what's something good you can take from these movies, if anything?
Save your money and never go to the movies again.
That's a good
What
one.
not to do?
What not to do? Yeah, that's what came to my mind, man.
That's just
My fault.
don't do whatever you.
Nah, that
see
one's true too.
in beta movies.
Yeah, exactly. If you want an outline of everything not to do, there you go.
Just watch Blue Valentine. Wait, no, don't watch Blue Valentine. But just think about that.
That's like the worst one. At least the other ones have like some comedic appeal.
Yeah,
if you
this
watch
is
that
just-
shit, you're gonna want to take your head.
You're gonna want to drink at the end of it.
See, us saying
You're
this is just gonna make
yeah.
motherfuckers want to see just how bad it is. Guys, fucking it up.
Word, don't.
I mean, don't not watch it.
You'll never
I
get
guess.
that 90 minutes back, but
Seriously, you'll never get those 90 minutes. That's
Dude, if you watch that movie, by the end of it, you're gonna be going bald from stress. Any last thoughts, guys? I feel like we need a second part of this, man. I feel like this
Yeah,
is too
part two.
short. This is too short, people. This is like an endless. All you gotta look
Beta
up is
movies,
romantic
There has to
movies
be more.
from the last whatever, how many years?
we,
Like the last 30 years.
I know we're barely
There
like
has to
scratching
be.
the
Scratch
surface
the
with this
surface,
shit.
man.
There's mad fucking horrible movies, but
Fuck it. Until next time. So with that being said, people, Alicia Best. Peace.
peace out.
peace.